Okay, so earlier we talked about the law of demand and the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. We showed a demand schedule with different scenarios at different price points and how many songs Gomer Pyle would be willing to buy off the internet. And then we put that on a demand curve so you could see the inverse relationship, the downward sloping demand curve. When we did this, we considered everything else to be the same, everything else equal, ceteris paribus, except for the price changes. The only thing that changed was the price, everything else. All of the factors remained the same. But what do we do when these other things other than price change? First, the textbook calls these other things demand shifters, and we're going to look at a few of these here. Demand shifters. The first one the textbook talks about is substitute goods. Here we're talking about buying songs off the internet. Substitute good could possibly be maybe a CD, the hard copy of the song itself. So let's say the price of that substitute good goes up. So what's going to happen if the price of that substitute goes up? I'm probably going to demand, Gomer Pyle is going to demand more of the substitute good, which is the substitute of the CDs is going to be buying songs off the internet. So if the price keeps going up on those, then Gomer Pyle is going to be willing to buy more of these. So this demand curve is going to shift to the right or up. And the same could be said if the substitute good goes down, then well, maybe I don't need as many songs off the internet if I prefer CDs, and the price is going down for CDs, then maybe I would just shift my demand for the songs off the internet, and that would be depicted with this leftward shift of the demand curve. I know I'm stretching a little bit on the identification of the substitute good, but we'll have to go with that for now. Another demand shifter, as mentioned in the textbook, is the price of complementary goods. As the price of a complementary good, of an MP3 player goes down, then maybe I'm more likely to buy more songs because I have a little more money left over and I can spend more. And the same could be said if a complementary good goes up. If I'm spending more money on that MP3 player, that iPod, or whatever it is that I'm listening to my music on, if I'm spending more on what it costs to have something to listen to the music on, then obviously I'm not going to be able to buy as many songs to listen to. And once again, the quantity demand increase would be represented by the rightward shift in the demand curve, and the downward shift, leftward shift would be a decrease in quantity demanded. The third one mentioned in the textbook is consumer income, and this is about as common sense as it gets. If my income goes up, if Gomer Pyle makes more money, well then guess what? He's going to have more money to spend on products. The quantity demand is going to go up, and vice versa. If he takes a pay cut, or something else happens and a decrease in income takes place, then he's not going to be able to spend as much on buying songs. He's not going to be able to buy as many songs. Another thing, which is obviously common sense, is taste and preferences. Obviously, if if I really like a new style of music or a new artist that's coming out, or just my preference changes from CDs uh, to buying the digital copy off the internet, if my preference changes and I start to prefer more digital copies than hard copies, then obviously the quantity demanded is going to go up. And if some reason I lose my preference for digital copies, then obviously my quantity demanded will also decrease. A fifth demand shifter is mentioned in the textbook is expectations. And smart shoppers do this all the time. If I know that the price of digital songs are about to increase on the internet, there's something coming along, they're going to be taxed more, they're just going to start bumping the prices up. If they're going to do that in the future, then right now I'm going to buy more before the price goes up so that I can get my money's worth now. And the same could be said if I know that there's going to be a future drop in the price of these songs, then I'm going to hold on to my money now so that I can buy more when the price drops. And then another one would be demographics. And the only thing I can think of off the top of my head for this is the price of demographics. If the population of dumb blondes is decreasing, then there's going to be less bubble gum demanded on the market. And the same can be said if the demographics, if more dumb blondes enter the market, then I said that wrong over here. If dumb blondes are leaving the market and they're dyeing their hair and they're getting an education and they're wising up to the stereotype and they're doing something to change it, then bubblegum is going to decrease. And if more dumb blondes enter the market and there's more of them out there, then the quantity demanded of bubblegum will go up. And that, my friends, is the law of demand shifters in a nutshell. Please don't take offense to the dumb blonde thing. It's just the only thing that popped in my head. Thank you.